The African savanna awakens. The first rays of sunlight paint the landscape in hues of gold and amber, signaling the start of a new day. But it's not just the light that announces the dawn, it's a sound. A roar that shakes the earth, a lion's declaration of dominance. It's a primal sound, resonating through the plains, a clear message to all who hear it. This is his territory, his domain. Every creature freezes. The sound cuts through the morning air, demanding attention, commanding respect. Gazelles halt, their graceful strides interrupted, ears twitching, eyes wide with alertness. They scan the horizon, searching for the source of the sound, assessing the potential threat. Zebras cluster, instinctively forming a united front, strength in numbers against the unseen danger. Their stripes create a dizzying pattern, a defense mechanism against predators. All aware that the king is near, the ecosystem holds its breath, acknowledging the presence of its apex predator. The lion's roar is a reminder of the natural order, the delicate balance of life and death. This is raw, untamed power, nature's law in action, a display of authority, a claim to territory, a promise of survival. Far away in northern forests, a different kind of power stirs. The landscape is a tapestry of green and brown, a dense and tangled world of ancient trees and hidden pathways. A great bear charges through the undergrowth, a living avalanche. Its massive frame crashes through branches and bushes, a force of nature unleashed. Smaller animals scatter, their peaceful existence shattered by the bear's sudden intrusion. Squirrels dart up trees, rabbits disappear into burrows, all fleeing from the approaching behemoth. Driven by instinct and fear, survival is the only thought, the only imperative. The lion's roar and the bear's charge are not random. They are deliberate acts imbued with purpose and meaning. They establish territory, secure resources, and protect their own. These actions are essential for their survival and the continuation of their lineage. In the wild, such force is respected and understood, a language spoken without words, a clear demonstration of power. A fundamental law that governs survival. The strong thrive, the weak perish. Yet witnessing this power, we feel awe and dread. We are both fascinated and frightened by the raw, untamed force of nature. The lion doesn't consider the antelope's fear, it acts on instinct, driven by hunger and the need to survive. The bear doesn't reflect on the chaos it causes, it simply follows its natural urges, seeking food and shelter. Their strength is a simple reality, a force that shapes the world around them, a power that cannot be denied. The strong rule, the weak retreat. This is the fundamental dynamic of the natural world, a constant struggle for survival. This dynamic has fascinated humans for millennia, inspiring myths, legends, and countless stories. Offering a natural parable about power, a lesson in dominance, survival, and the delicate balance of nature, it's a lesson we've carried into our own kingdoms, shaping our societies and influencing our understanding of power. The Book of Proverbs, a collection of timeless wisdom, captures a stark and powerful scene. It's a scene that resonates across centuries, offering insights into human nature and the dynamics of power. Like a roaring lion, its presence commanding attention and instilling fear, or a charging bear, driven by instinct and raw power, is a wicked ruler over a helpless people. A ruler who inspires not respect but terror, not loyalty but dread. This isn't just poetry. It's not merely a turn of phrase or an elegant metaphor, it's a mirror for our world, reflecting back the realities of power and its potential for abuse. It holds up a mirror to our own societies, forcing us to confront uncomfortable truths. The terror of the gazelle, fleeing for its life from a predator, is the same as that of people under tyranny, desperately seeking escape from oppression. The proverb draws a direct line, a clear and unmistakable parallel, between animal predators driven by instinct and human leaders who rule by fear, driven by something far more sinister. The lion rules by intimidation, its roar a symbol of dominance, its gaze a promise of violence. The bear by brute force, its claws tearing, its strength overwhelming. So too does the wicked ruler, employing whatever means necessary to maintain control. This ancient wisdom is universal, a truth that echoes across time. Transcending time and culture, it speaks to the core of human experience regardless of era or geography. It reminds us that power can be used for good, to uplift and protect, or for evil, to oppress and destroy. The choice ultimately lies with those who wield it. When a leader's presence causes people to scatter in fear, when their name inspires dread rather than hope, something is deeply wrong. The foundations of justice and order are crumbling. The natural order of society is inverted, and the very fabric of community begins to unravel. After the lion's roar echoes across the plains, the savanna is tense, holding its breath. Every rustle of grass, every snap of a twig, becomes a potential threat. The air itself vibrates with a primal fear. The impala can't rest or eat in peace. Their lives are defined by fear, an unending cycle of vigilance and flight. Every moment is spent scanning the horizon, anticipating the next attack. They are prisoners of their own hyper-awareness. In the forest, animals remain hidden, melting into the shadows, becoming one with the undergrowth. They seek refuge in the darkness, hoping to become invisible to the ever-present danger. Long after the bear has passed, hearts pounding like drums in the chests of the unseen. The memory of the predator lingers, a phantom menace that refuses to fade. The forest floor vibrates with unspoken terror. The environment becomes poisoned by anxiety, a toxic cloud that smothers all joy and spontaneity. The natural world, once a haven, is now a battleground of fear. Survival is a constant ordeal, a relentless struggle against overwhelming odds. Every sunrise brings a renewed fight for existence, a desperate attempt to outwit the forces of predation. Power, when wielded without compassion, without empathy, becomes a weapon of mass destruction, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. It corrupts the wielder and destroys the world around them. Nothing thrives except suspicion and fear, the twin pillars of a broken ecosystem. Trust erodes, replaced by a pervasive sense of paranoia. The lion and bear don't build communities based on mutual support and shared goals. They dominate through force, through intimidation, through the sheer terror they inspire. Their reign is one of occupation, a brutal and oppressive regime, not leadership based on respect and understanding. The smaller animals obey out of desperation, a desperate attempt to survive, not loyalty born of admiration or affection. There's no cooperation, no collaboration, only a hierarchy of might, a brutal pecking order where the strong prey on the weak. Power that creates fear ultimately isolates the one who wields it, building walls of resentment and distrust. The lion may be king, ruling over all he surveys, but it's a lonely, precarious throne built on a foundation of fear and instability. This is the danger of unchecked predatory power, a force that can corrupt and destroy everything in its path. It's a lesson for every society, a warning against the seductive allure of absolute power and the devastating consequences of its abuse. The Proverb's warning is clear. A wicked ruler creates a kingdom of fear. The roar may be parades, propaganda, or the midnight knock on the door. People live in constant anxiety, unable to plan, speak, or trust. Human potential is stifled, creativity and progress are replaced by survival. The government becomes a weapon, the leader a predator. Artists, entrepreneurs, and teachers are silenced or threatened. The nation becomes a shadow of its potential, its spirit broken. This is the tragedy of wicked leadership. Governance turned against its own people. The sacred trust between leader and people is violated. The proverb exposes this betrayal for what it is. Nature also shows us true leadership. The elephant matriarch leads with wisdom and care, not fear. Her herd follows because they trust her guidance. History echoes this contrast. Caligula ruled Rome through terror. His legacy is chaos and ruin. In contrast, Nelson Mandela emerged from prison not as a predator, but as a shepherd. He led with humility, choosing reconciliation over revenge. Mandela's leadership built unity and hope, not fear. The wicked ruler drains life from society. The wise leader fosters trust and cooperation. One path leads to ruin, the other to resilience. The choice between these models has shaped nations. The lesson is clear: true power serves the group, not the self. Leadership defines the fate of a people. The alternative to the predator is the shepherd. A good shepherd leads with care, not terror. They guide, protect, and nurture their flock. Their power is rooted in responsibility and trust. When danger comes, the shepherd stands between it and the flock. This is noble leadership, not dominance but service. In such a community, people flourish, they build, create, and cooperate. Trust is the foundation of a healthy society. The true measure of a leader is not the fear they inspire, but the flourishing they enable. The proverb compels us to ask, does our leadership create safety and opportunity, or fear and stagnation? The answer shapes our world. Proverbs 28:15 is not a message of despair, but a call to wisdom and hope. It shows us what bad leadership looks like, and what good leadership can be. We must demand shepherds, not predators, from those in power. And informed, courageous people are the best defense against tyranny. Every generation chooses its leaders, the path of fear or the path of peace. We can build societies on compassion, justice, and respect. People deserve to live without fear, guided by leaders of wisdom and care. This ancient wisdom lights the way to a better future.